What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? How everybody doing today? Another episode of Misunderstood. I'm Za-Quan again. Let's get right to it. So, Patrick Mahomes. I like to talk about him right now. Last night's episode, that was a good recap of the Super Bowl. A lot of people got their flowers. Jalen Hurts got his flowers. Travis Kelce got his. It was so much in that Super Bowl we couldn't do on one episode. We didn't even talk about Andy Reid at all in that episode. We didn't talk about it at all. But in this particular episode, we're gonna talk about Patrick Mahomes. And not only we giving him his flowers. We're not. He already got his flowers. The man got a whole garden in his backyard right now. He already got his flowers. No, we gonna give him that respectful status of who he is as a QB of the NFL. The man is historic. Historic. Like it seemed like every decade we had that player or that team. In the 70s, for what I was told, I wasn't born yet. It was about the Steelers and the Cowboys, but a little about the Steelers. And then in the 80s, it was about a little bit of the Bears, but about the Niners. About the Niners, Joe Montana. When we in the 80s, we think about Joe Montana, we think about Dan Marino, we think about Jim McMahon. In the 90s, we think about Steve Young, we think about Troy Aikman, we think about Cowboys, we think about 49ers. The 2000s, that was basically Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Like that was really basically Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. With the Patriots, the Colts, those two players. And then surprisingly in the 2010s, Tom Brady again. Tom Brady again. And a little bit of the 2020s, Tom Brady again, but the 2010s, Tom Brady once again. This is now Patrick Mahomes' decade, and in the 2020s, we're talking about the Chiefs. The Chiefs had went to 5 straight AFC Conference Championship games. Basically, since Patrick Mahomes became a starter, they went deep in the playoffs. They went to AFC Championship games. Since he became a starter, since y'all gave him the keys of the team, they either went to the championship game, the conference championship game, or the Super Bowl. And winning Super Bowl 57 and performing the way he did in Super Bowl 57 put him on a whole nother tier of QB quarterbacks of the history of the NFL. He's not just, he's a great player. No, he became one of the greats. In 60 minutes of a football game, he became one of the greats. In the beginning of the game, he was a great player. At the end of the game, when the clock went 0-0-0, he's in the names of Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Bart Starr. Eli Manning, even though Eli Manning's not great, but he got this stat. He got this stat, so I gotta give him his respect. He became the first QB with multiple Super Bowl wins and multiple Super Bowl MVPs. But what I don't know is this. He became the only quarterback in the history of the NFL to get two MVP, and win 2 Super Bowls. And when I say MVP, I'm talking about the season. MVP of the season. And win 2 Super Bowls in the first 6 years of his career. Nobody, all those greats I just named, nobody had achieved this type of greatness this fast. and he's only 27 years old. I don't expect him to have a big drop. And even if he do have a big drop, even if he never wins, he make it to the playoffs, but don't go deep for the rest of his career. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's still in the history books. He's not Tom Brady. He hopscotched so many people. He jumped over so many historic quarterbacks that now he's in the run. Can he become the GOAT? Can he become the greatest? Can he reach Tom Brady? What do he need to reach Tom Brady? Do he need 7 Super Bowls to reach Tom Brady? I don't know. I don't know if he needs 7. I don't think he needs 7. But you need more than 4. I say you need 5. You get 5 Super Bowls. You get three more rings. One more MVP. Right? 5 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowls MVPs, and another season MVP. Or maybe 2 more season MVP. No, another season MVP would suffice. Another season MVP. I think you'll reach Tom Brady. Now, how can now what's the chance of this happening? How long is Andy Reid wants to keep coaching? He said he gonna keep coaching next season. But we're trying to reach the GOAT status. So he's gonna need Andy Reid to keep coaching for like at least another 7 seasons. The man is like 64 years old right now. It could happen. Bill Belichick is in his 70s, so it could happen. But can he coach on a high level for the next 7 years? Because you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win the Super Bowl every year. You're not gonna do that. But if he could help Patrick get 2 more rings, we may could be in that conversation. Or do Patrick actually need? Do he need 7 rings? Did Tom Brady made the ceiling so high that you actually need 7 rings to to become the GOAT? Not just part of the conversation, not just talking, not just saying one of the GOATs, the GOAT. When we think of the NFL, we think of Patrick Mahomes. Because right now, when we think of the NFL, we think of Tom Brady. We think of Tom Brady, just like we used to think of Joe Montana. We think the NFL, we think Joe Montana. We think the NFL now, we think Tom Brady. Can Patrick Mahomes reach that status with less than 7? Because to get 7, first of all, to get 7, you gonna have to play into your 40s. Then you gonna have to win without Andy Reid, and that's another thing. Do he need to win without Andy Reid to be considered the GOAT? Because I'm telling you right now, if Tom Brady got 7, but all 7 was with Bill Belichick, I would honestly say no. You don't need 7 because that wasn't Tom Brady. That was the coach. But because Tom Brady got 1 without Belichick, and Belichick can't even make the playoffs without Tom Brady, now I'm starting to think, ooh, maybe you might need 7. But I don't think you need 7 because just like in basketball, to become the GOAT in the NBA, you don't need 6, but you need more than 3 because 3 used to be a lot for the NBA. Other than Bill Russell and those Celtics teams in the 60s, 3 was a good amount. 3 was like cool Hall of Fame status right there. Larry Bird got 3. 4 and 5 was the unheard of thing. Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Getting 5 and 6. That was the unheard of thing right there. But 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 3, 2 and 3 was cool. You know what I mean? 3 was cool. Look. If Dwayne Wade play basketball in the 1980s, he'll be probably considered like at one point in his career top five in the history of the NBA before the younger guys come and bump him down. Well, champions only got two. So it was at a point where 2 and 3 was cool. Now you gotta get 5 and 6 in the NBA. And it seemed like that happened in the NFL because at one point in the NFL, one was awesome. You're set. You got one. You set. You're set. Terry Bradshaw started getting multiple Super Bowls, but they was looking at his team. They wasn't looking at Terry Bradshaw like he's the best quarterback in the league. He's a top quarterback on the best team in the league. 11 Hall of Famers on those Steelers teams, Pittsburgh Steelers teams. No one looked at Terry Bradshaw and think, yeah, that's the face of the NFL. He just the best winner of the NFL. I guess you could say the Bill Russell of the NFL at that time. You know, I guess you could say that. But one was cool, and then you get then here comes Joe Montana getting 4. That set his life for the past 40 years, 35 to 40 years. You know what I mean? That was like that was crazy. He got 4. Whoa, 4, untouchable. Troy Aikman get getting a few, and again like oh man, untouchable. But one used to be enough for the NFL. One puts you in like the third tier of top quarterbacks now. 2 puts you in the second tier. Then right now in the first tier, as of right now, it's just Tom Brady. But he could have a roommate with Patrick Mahomes if Patrick Mahomes keep this up. Patrick, right now, what's coming with Patrick Mahomes? Every game he plays until he retires is about legacy. That's what it's about. It's about legacy. It's about winning, and it's about how he's winning. Because he's playing in a style that was so untraditional, unconventional of what a starting quarterback in the NFL looked like for so long. He got ridiculed for so long. This is not how you play quarterback in this league. The passes he throws, the little baseball passes he throws, the no look passes, the scrambling. He scrambles around and he holds the ball like a loaf of bread. Sometimes I'm surprised he don't get more fumbles. You know he don't have a big body like Cam Newton. He can get away with that all the time, and yet he does. So he has a unique QB style, unconventional. Um, he's entertaining to watch. He's awesome on TV with those State Farm commercials, and he wins. Only thing he needs a few movies like Tom Brady did, Ted, and a few other movies that Tom Brady did. That's all that he needs to really step into that first tier. Because right now Tom Brady is the only one in that first tier, but he ain't gonna be. Actually, no, I take that back. My bad, my mistake. I take that back. Tom Brady, Joe Montana. Tom Brady and Joe Montana. But one Super Bowl used to be enough. Joe Namath have he's been in the limelight for about 60 years now because of one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, man, he can't get out the shadow of multiple Super Bowl champions right now. We're looking at Aaron Rodgers for the last decade, like, all right, Aaron, what else you gonna do? At least get back to the Super Bowl, Aaron. Joe Namath never touched a Super Bowl again in his whole career. He got a whole career in the spotlight for the last 60 years for one appearance and one win. You know, like that's but that's done now.